Hey folks, Roxas here, and welcome to another discussion video where I talk about Square Enix basically stealing my wallet. Seriously, Square Enix, I love you, but at the same time, you're making me broke! So, for those of you who do or do not know, Square Enix is known for more than making video games. They also been known to make partnership when it comes to anime, and then they also have their own side business with their merchandises, such as either jewelry, Apilia, however you pronounce it, I can't remember, clothing material that is. And then of course you've got some of their other well-known ones, such as their action figures or figures. Now, what I'm about to tell you is something that I should not have done, but I did anyway. Okay, so I had pre-ordered Noctis months ago, whenever I saw him being available as a separate figure that you could pre-order. So I immediately pre-ordered that shit right there. But, I wanted to make certain that the date has not changed on that one, because sometimes they do tend to change the date of when they're technically supposed to be released. Noctis is still set for October 31st, which is good, because I would not have wanted it any other way, or otherwise I would have been like, how much longer do I have to wait? But then I decided to do something even more stupid, and decided to scroll down the list to see what other new surprises they have in store. I should have just looked at Noctis and just moved on. I should have moved on. No, I decided to look further to see if there was any new ones. And indeed they do. Ladies and gentlemen, Square Enix of the action figure distributor have created the Roxas Organization XIII version action figure. Now, before I go on to showing you the main figure itself, let me go ahead and tell you something interesting. And that's the fact that technically I own a Roxas figure. But here's the thing, there are two versions of that one. There's the first one that they released years ago, and basically it's under the form of the original action figure sets, not compared to the new ones that they have been making now, where they're a lot more posable. And then they have the second one, where in this case not only is it made a little bit more detailed, but it also comes with the Oblivion and the Oathkeeper Keyblade, which admittedly is pretty daggum cool. But I have no reason to do that, seeing how that with the Roxas figure that I've got, I've also had the ability to get the 5 Keyblade, the little 5 Keyblade pack that came with like both ultimate weapons as well as the Oathkeeper, Oblivion, and then the 3 Wishes Keyblade. I was able to get that one for a relatively decent price, and by that I mean $80, compared to it being what people are pricing at $150 to even $300. It's getting pretty expensive and pretty pricey, if you get what I'm saying. But, you know, I had that fixed up and everything like that, and I was like, okay, this is really nice, this is really cool, I don't have to worry about, needing to do that. And then, a year or two later, after I did that, they came out with this, updated version, and I was like, you sons of bitches, you sons of bitches. And then they did this. Behold, what I'm showing you right now is the Organization XIII version of the Roxas action figure. Now, admittedly, it doesn't look all that impressive, other than the fact he's wearing his Organization XIII black outfit. But what is really nice is that it comes with not only the hooded up head version of the Organization outfit, but it also comes with the Oathkeeper and Oblivion Keyblade. This is very cool. This is very nice, and I love it. I love it! It is so freaking cool. Oh my gosh, I just absolutely love how they've done it with this one. They really outdone themselves. But if you are familiar with the Square Enix action figures, you would also know that these are high detail action figures, which also means that they're not cheap. by no means of the definition are they cheap, as instead they're very relatively pricey. How pricey are they? Depends on the figure. It could be anywhere between $100 to $150. How much is this one? $120. That's still a lot of money, but I'm looking at it and it's like, I must make it my life mission to attain you. Just, oh my gosh, I have this terrible obsession when it comes to action figures that I want. It just, if it's cool enough, if it's something that I know for a fact that I have to have, I'm gonna end up getting it one way or another. Not to say that I would murder anyone for it, but if I have the ability to see it and I see it available, I'm gonna get it one way or another. I am going to get it. So, while that may be cool and everything like that, I do want to say one tiny little thing that I want to say to Square Enix, because this is kind of a nitpick for me. A nitpick! So, are you ready for the nitpick? Let's see, you've already got Sora's Kingdom Hearts 3 version look. You've got updated version of both Sora and Roxas, and you've finally made Kingdom Hearts 2 Riku. You made an Organization 13 version of Roxas. So, here's my question. Why don't we have an actual action figure with Donald and Goofy, or for that matter, of Terra, Aqua, and Ven? Am I allowed to ask that question? I would really like to know, because, I mean, in Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and even 3, you're teamed up with Donald and Goofy. It just makes sense to make them, right? Unless Disney is forbidding you to do that, in which case, that's kind of understandable, but at the same time, it's like, why is that a big deal? Because technically, Disney has already started doing more advertisement on Kingdom Hearts in some of their stores, as well as their main Disneyland attractions and everything like that. They started advertising Kingdom Hearts as a big deal, because they realized that, hey, people actually like this game. Maybe we should do more advertisements of it. But, I would really, really, really like to see an action figure of Donald and Goofy in the new update version. In which case, if that ever happens, I'm gonna probably end up getting a Sora as well as a Riku. And if you end up making Kairi, where she has her actual outfit in Kingdom Hearts 2, I'll end up getting her as well, because technically she is a key bearer. Now, on the other hand, though, if you do make the Aqua, Van, and Terra figures, which they've never done yet, let that be the key word. The main explanation point, the main background of the story next to key back cover, Birth by Sleep, which basically tells everything you need to know about what's going on with the main Kingdom Hearts story. All the answers have been solved except for like a couple here and there. The main three from Birth by Sleep have not been made. You've got Roxas, good. You got Riku, great. You got Sora, awesome. You got King Mickey. You've got freaking Axel from Organization 13. Why do we not have Aqua, Terra, and Ven? I'm not saying Burst by Sleep is perfect. I'm just saying, for the three main protagonists that you play in Burst by Sleep, not one of them is a figure, and then the main character, Aqua, who's going to be reintroduced again in 0.2 Fragmentary Passage, there's still no figure of her? I'd kind of like to know why you haven't done that yet. I really would. But that aside, there is something else that I would like to say, and it's something that I've probably brought up with Delmar. Yeah, I did bring it up with Delmar before. So, here's another thing that I'm willing to say too, because if you don't make them into the high quality action figures, I understand, even though I find that to be kind of bullshit, But I am not the judge of character, and I can't decide what you do and what you don't do. I can only give you ideals and hope you use them to where I can purchase them from you. Keep this in mind. I'm telling you this so I can buy them from you. That's something that you should really take note of. If people tell you that they're telling you this so that they can buy it off you, they're basically telling you, I will give you money if you would make stuff for me. That's the key term. But if you can't make the high quality action figures, I understand. As instead, I can't believe I'm going to be saying this. As instead, I will actually purchase the pop figures if you ever make any. Yes, you heard me say it, and I'm usually the one who don't usually care much for pop figures. I don't really care much for them. But I did see a couple of them that I do like, such as, like, for example, Kratos from God of War. I even saw Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, and both of them actually look pretty decently cool, I'm not gonna lie. Everything else, though, I don't really care much for. But if you decide to make an announcement and say, oh, hey, we're teaming up with pop figures, and we're gonna make pop figure Kingdom Hearts characters. We're going to get all the Organization 13 in there. We're going to get the main cast, which is Sora, Riku, Kairi, King Mickey, Donald, Goofy. We'll also put in Aqua, Terra, and Ven. We'll put Master Xehanort on there as well, Master Ericus. If you say that, if you were to say that in one of your press conference, or you do like a note news or whatever, if you say that, Here, take my wallet and use it as currency, okay? You can take all the money that I have in here, which, trust me when I say that, there's not a lot in my actual wallet, but there are some in my bank account, so trust me whenever I say this, you'll have a lot of money. Actually, not by much, but pop figures aren't known to be that expensive either, but if you were to say that you're making pop figures of them, I would do it. I would literally give in. I will pre-order every pop figure that you make of the entire Kingdom Hearts cast. And literally when I say Organization 13 and then the main cast themselves, I will do it. That's a lot of money, right? That's like what? Let's see, if you count 13, then you count the actual main cast. That's like what, $300 right there? Maybe $4, I don't know. I would have to do the math, because I don't know the price of newly released pop figures. I don't. Okay. Well, at any rate, though, I just want to go ahead and give you my 2-bit information of what I think about the action figures themselves. The one that Square Enix just had, like, put on their main website. And then what I would like for them to do, whether they make the 3 versions of the Birth by Sleep and then Donald and Goofy, or they make pop figures. Either way, I will cave in. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. This is Black Cross signing off. Take care, guys.